Hey guys, what's going on? My hair looks fried. It looked super pretty earlier. It was super curly and now it's just like, fuck. So I haven't made a video in like a month, so I thought I'm like in a video mode, dude. I'm just like bam, 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 knock this out, like punching shit and stuff. So I thought I'd make a video talking about something I've been really interested in lately, which is anime. I'm actually sporting my anime bling. I got my fairy tale happy necklace and my sword art shirt. So anime is something that I have recently begun to like, probably in like the past 6 months, I guess. It's something that is really special to me now, and so I want to talk about like what I started with and what I'm at, where I'm at now, and like I know it's only been 6 months, but like seriously, anime is life. So I started anime about 6 months ago with, you know what, I heard a bunch of stuff about anime. They're like, oh yeah, like there's like people that are crazy about it, and I was like, huh, well it's like just like it's not even in English, man, but they are in English, some of them. It's not even that bad watching them in Japanese, so. But I was like, okay, like whatever, I'll give it a try. So I went ahead on my Netflix and I added a bunch that I thought looked good. And then one day I was just like, okay, let's start on one of these. So we started with The Devil is a Part-Timer. So that series is only like, I don't know, like 13 episodes or something, 11. So it goes by really quick, and it takes your heart and wrenches it out and then like throws it on the ground, does some like dance on it in 13 episodes. So that was what we started with, and I really loved that series. Like that was a good like starting place for me. It was like easy to understand, and it wasn't too like hardcore, like, cause I don't like gore and shit like that. Like, oh my god, no, you know what, we need to step back further. You know what we first started with? We started, because Brandon didn't really watch a lot of anime either. I mean, he's seen Naruto and Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon and shit. But like, we turned on Dead Man Wonderland. And I was like, okay, yeah, this sounds interesting. We turned it on and immediately like people are blowing up and like dying. And I was like, I don't think I want to watch this anymore. And so we just shut that shit off, like, not for me. So we started watching Devil's a Part-Timer. We really loved it. And so we moved on to, I think we watched Ruby after that. And Ruby's not like anime. It's like, it's by Rooster Teeth, if I recall correctly, and it's like animation still, but it's in English originally. So I mean, that series is really good. We actually haven't caught up on it because we're too into something else right now. We need to get caught up on that because that's a good series. It's like not G-rated, but it's like PG rated. I don't even know if that's actually what its rating is, but it's really like clean. Like they don't cuss and shit. Like they don't like have sex and kiss and other things. Like not so far that I've seen. I mean, the second season's like crazy wild, like orgy sex parties, and like never mind. But for now, it's fine. And then I'm gonna move on to one of the ones that we actually is one of my favorites, I think, and that's Orange High School Host Club. So, that show is about a girl named Haruhi, and this is kind of like a guide too, so if you want to start anime and you don't know where to start with some of these, because these really helped me kind of push my way into watching more complex anime, not complex, I lost my rubber band. Not complex animes, but more like in-depth animes than, you know, Orange High School Host Club, or Devil's a Part-Timer, like any of those. Orange High School Host Club is about a kid named Haruhi. I don't ever say it right. Haruhi. That's how I say it, with an accent, not Haruhi. It's Haruhi, and she joins, or she goes to a private school, and she ends up joining, being forced to join a host club, which is like a bunch of like really attractive men, and they basically like, oh my god, Merlin! Enough with the fucking cabinet! Do you hear this shit? Now he don't do it. So it's about a group of boys, they're really good looking, and they just basically cater to like women. So like women come to the club and they like, the boys like fawn over them and shit and like give them food, and they're like, oh, you're so beautiful, babe. and they're like, I hate you. It's just a really fun series. Like, the characters are all really fun characters, and then you learn more, like, a lot about them. And they have episodes like dedicated to just one character, and it's like, we're gonna focus on you and what happened to you. What's your past like? What's your present like? And it's just really fun. Like, it's a fun series, and it's not complicated at all. It's just like a fun, like, cutesy series. And then, so I'm moving on to Sword Art here. Sword Art Online is a really good series. Like, really good. Like, if you're into video games, watch it. So it's about basically like a guy who gets stuck in a video game, and like, I mean, yeah, oh, it sounds like everybody's dream come true, but like, it's really intense. Like, it's not just about that at all. So we watched most of it. I think there might be another season out. I have no idea. I've watched pretty much all of it on whatever's on Netflix, so I don't know if there's more than that, but you know what? I'm gonna be totally honest. Sword Art is really good for like the first series, and then they have Sword Art Online 2, and that one is okay in like the beginning, and then it just drops off. There was a storyline that was just after like when it got halfway, it just kind of like, it got boring to me. Like, it was just not interesting. The arc wasn't like good, so we kind of dropped off a little bit on it, but I still love it. Like, if you want to watch it like through the first like season and a half, and then maybe you don't have to watch the last part of it. But it's a really great series. I really love it. And then that pretty much brings us to where we are now. I mean, like I said, like, I've just been doing this for 6 months, so it's not really in depth yet, but me and Brandon have been watching Fairy Tail. Okay, fucking Fairy Tail. I heard about it, and one of Brandon's friends was like, you gotta watch Fairy Tail, man. You gotta watch it like right now. And we're like, this show is like 400 episodes or whatever, and we're like, we'll just stick with like 12 episode ones and like, just like, you know, skid along in life. But we decided to just go ahead and start it one day, and we never turned back. Fairy Tail is life. This show makes my heart like hurt, and it hurts my heart, and it fills it with love, and then it breaks it, and then it tears it out. It does more dances on it, and then it puts it back in, and it's like pumping back blood, and we're like, we're so sorry, we like hurt your feelings, man. That kind of like emotion runs through my body when I watch this show. So I know it's like a hit or miss with some people. I know it's really popular, but sometimes people are like, meh, like about it. Like they are about everything. Like, there's always those like negative Nancys. You don't want that shit in your life. Get Fairy Tail in your life. So it just basically follows, if you haven't seen it already. I mean, if you haven't, then why the fuck are you watching my video? Go watch it. It's about a girl named Lucy, and she joins Fairy Tail, which is a magic guild, and they basically go on like quests and stuff. But these quests are not just like quests. They're not normal quests. They're like huge, like, we gotta save the world, like, or fucking everything's gonna fall apart, like Fairy Tail's gonna break apart, we're gonna break up and shit. Like, oh my god. I'm gonna say it hasn't been consistent with my attention the entire time. There have been, I mean, they go through story arcs, of course, but there have been some story arcs that were hard to push through, and I'm not lying when I say that, because like, I mean, shows go through shit like that. Like Walking Dead got real boring for a little while, and like a lot of people dropped off in season 2 because of the fucking farm, and like, I liked the farm, to be honest, but a lot of people were like, fucking farm! It dropped off a couple of times, but a couple of times out of like the 2 seasons, it's not bad. Like, there's so many episodes, and like, there's just a few times where I was watching something else instead, and right now, like, that's not possible. I can't watch anything else. It's just, the show makes you feel things. I'm just saying that, like, now. Before you watch it, it makes you feel things you maybe not have felt before. Like, we were sitting watching this show, and like, something was happening. I don't remember what it was, but Brandon like turned to me, he's like, is your heart beating fast? And I was like, yes! And I was like, oh my god, and I was like wondering about the characters. I'm like, are you gonna die? And like, oh my god, nothing can happen to you. And like, I've fallen in love with the characters on this show. I'm spitting, sorry. I've never felt, I mean, I feel connected with characters when I watch shows, but never like these people. Like, and they're not even fucking real. Like, oh my god. So it's just, it's a really intense show. It gets intense at times. The music is phenomenal. If you've watched it and you listen to the music in the background, it really like gets you going. Like, these songs will get me pumped, and they'll get me like sad, or they'll make like love possible. I don't know if I no. It's my favorite thing right now. I'm getting a tattoo, like seriously, for Fairy Tale because it just means so much to me and I don't want it to ever end. I don't want it to ever go away and I don't ever want it to lose meaning, so I just, and plus it's like not even that, it's just that it's not just like shit they throw at you, like it has a lot of meaning. It teaches you like value of friendship and like being loyal and fighting through whatever to make sure that the people you love are safe and like, and to make sure that the people you love are taken care of, and just like, it's about friends and family and loving them and being like, you know, comrades and stuff. It's just really intense, and if you haven't watched it, please go watch it because it may change your life. I just want to touch on one more show that I did watch while I was bored in a Fairy Tale arc, and that's number 6. I am a big fan of like gay lesbian movies, GLBTQ movies, and so I wanted to find a GLBTQ anime to watch. So I looked up a couple things. I was like, what are the best GLBTQ animes? And somebody mentioned number 6, and so I was like, huh, okay, it's not that long. It wasn't long, it was 11 episodes, so it's real quick to break your heart. But I found it, and it wasn't in English, which I was like, but I watched it anyway. And that showed I didn't leave the couch. It is really like a little bit slow building, and then it just gets like worse, and it's like at the end, like you don't want it to end, and you're just like, why did it end like that? And like it's kind of satisfactory, but not at the same time. So it's just one of those shows that makes you love the characters again, and it just wants to take them away from you. So it's one of those kinds of shows. But I just want to throw that one in there because that is also another one of my favorite ones that I think I've watched so far, because if I remember correctly, I think I cried at the end of that show. Like I don't cry. Not when I watch shows unless it like involves a dog. It's a good show. Like, go look at it. I think it's on, it might be on Crunchyroll. I think it's on Crunchyroll, not Netflix. So check it out on Crunchyroll. It's just NO.6. So there goes my anime rant. I just really wanted to talk about it. I've been wanting to talk about it. If you have suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. You can't see my hands. Comments below. And let me know what your favorites are and why you love them. And if you loved any of the ones I've mentioned, talk about them. Like, I want to hear all the, I just want to talk about it with somebody, because I go to work every day. Nobody wants to talk about anime with me. It was like a couple of people, one of my managers and one of my friends there. They'll talk about it with me all day, but like the people I work with, like in my environment, because I work in kind of a small environment, nobody wants to talk about anime with me because nobody watches it. So I just want to talk about it. So please leave a comment in the comments below and let me know. I want to hear about it. I want to hear everything except like weird stuff. No, throw weird stuff in there, that's fine. Anyways guys, thanks for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel. I'm working on putting my videos out because I'm about to graduate, bitches! So I'll have a lot of free time on my hands to make more videos, and I'm really excited because I have a lot of videos lined up that I want to make, but I don't have time to make them. So, hey buddy, you want to say bye? Ew. You were just in your little, no, that's nasty. You were just shitting. That's okay. I will see you guys next week. I don't know what that was. Bye! I haven't vlogged in a long time, but I thought I would vlog today because today is me and Brandon's 5th anniversary together. Yes, March 5th, 2011, like 2 weeks before prom, a month before graduation of high school, we got together, and we've been with each other ever since, so